This is Nathan Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. Today is August 4th, 2023, and we are located at Linden St Lynwood, California, 90262. And we are performing a video sewer inspection through a 4-inch ABS mainline cleanout located at the rear of the property, just on the patio next to the AC condenser. This is our AC condenser. Wipe our candor head. This is our AC condenser. This is the rear of our property. This is our 4-inch clean out in the middle of the patio. There is another clean out on the right hand side if you're facing the rear of the house, and it ties in over there on the side. So we're just gonna place our camera head at the top of the clean out and zero out here and begin our video sewer inspection. So we're just going to drop down, and it appears to be a two-way clean out, so we're just going to try to get direction now. And we are going. And that joint there's got a little bit of overpour, nothing too major. So we're just going to continue to push out. And that joint seems to be in fair and maintainable condition. Continue to push out. And we're going to be making a little bit of a turn, and we're going to continue to push out. And right here we start to hold a little bit of water, and we start to hold water at 33 feet 4 inches on a camera monitor. So we're just going to continue to push out. And there is nobody in the house right now, so there hasn't been any water ran in the line. And we come up out of our belly at 41 feet 5 inches. So it's approximately about a 5 to 6 foot belly. And that is potentially where it would create a soft stoppage and definitely get debris buildup, and definitely will create a soft stoppage here. So we're just going to continue to push out, try to reach our city sewer tie-in. So we're just going to continue to push out. And you can see in that joint there is heavily root intruded. So, and it appears that we transitioned into vitreous clay. It's hard to tell, but we're just going to continue to push out. Continue to push out. And it is very difficult to tell, but when we get to the office we are able to blow it up and take a better look at our camera monitor to see what kind of material this is. But right there, it is root intrusion. Nothing too major, but we're going to continue to push out. We have a little bit of root intrusion there, so we're just going to continue to push out. And some more root intrusion there. And some more root intrusion there, and a little bit of an offset there in the joint. And there's a gap, pretty large gap there in the joint. So we're just going to continue to push out. And that joint has an offset there at the bottom too. We're actually going to try to pause our mic here and try to get all the way to our city sewer tie-in, and then we can pause there and take a good look on the way back. So we're going to pause here. Okay, we went ahead and got some water running. It'd be easier to push out. So we're just going to wait for the water to catch up. And we're going to utilize the water to make it all the way out to our city sewer tie-in. So we're going to pause our mic here for a moment. And it appears that we have a chunk missing out of the vitreous clay at the top of the pipe. So we're going to push in a little bit more, and a very large crack at the top of the pipe too. So we're going to pause here and locate this area. Pause here. Okay, we did go ahead and locate this area, and it is on the right hand side of the house if you're facing the house, and it is still on the property on behind the fence, and you can see there that there is a big chunk of clay missing, and there's crack along the top of the pipe there. So we're just going to begin to continue to push out. The joint there has offset, a little bit of an offset there, and root intrusion there that you can see. Very large offset. So we're going to pause here, or we're going to pause our mic here and try to get over this. We're going to pause. Okay, we did get up and over that offset, so we're just going to continue to push out. You can see in this joint, from the 3 o'clock all the way to the 6 o'clock, it's a big full moon on the top of the pipe. There's a large shift. So we're just going to continue to push out. That joint there has very large offset and split right there, you can see, and a gap. So we're just going to continue to push out, try to reach our city sewer tie-in. That joint as well has very large gap and offset there. So we're just going to continue to push out. On our way back, we could definitely take a better look at it without the water running, be able to get a good look. And that joint there as well has offset and pretty large gap in between the joint. So we're just going to Continue to push out. And you can see there, very large break in the top of the pipe. It's actually missing the whole top of the pipe face there, and you can see that whatever root intrusion is still showing there, and you can see the crack. So we're just going to push right here. We're going to pause and locate this area. Okay, went ahead and located this, and this is right at the property line fence and sidewalk, right underneath the fence at 5 foot 6 inches deep. And you can see there that there's a very large piece missing at the top of the pipe, and a large crack that's all the way around the whole pipe. And this is on the left hand side if you're facing the house, right beneath the front fence. So we're just going to continue to push out, and we're actually going to pause our mic here and just continue to push out and reach our city sewer tie-in. We're going to pause here. And you can see as well too, right there at the top of the pipe, it appears to be a missing piece. It's very hard to tell. It could be the test tee, but when we get back to the office, we'll be able to blow it up and take a better look at it. So we're just going to continue to push out. And it appears there as well too that there's another piece missing at the top of the pipe. It's very hard to tell, but it's very faint. But you can see the crack in the joint, or you can see the crack behind the joint, and then very faint, but there appears to be a piece missing. But when we get to the office, we will be able to take a better look at it. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. And we reach our city sewer tie-in. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, so we had the water run down, so we're just going to begin to pull back. And you can see that this is our city sewer tie-in. And we're going to pull back slowly. This is our city sewer saddle. And you can see there that there's a little bit of an offset, nothing too major in the saddle. So we're just going to continue to pull back. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition, so we're just going to continue to pull back. That joint, a little bit of an offset there, and a root intrusion, so we're just going to continue to pull back. A little bit of offset there in that joint as well. A little bit of an offset there too, nothing too major. And as well as this one. And we did go and locate this, and this is in our parkway next to the swale, about 6 feet, 7 feet deep. And you can see there that it appears to be a piece of the pipe missing at the very top. As we pull, now that we get a better look at it, actually, excuse me, that is our test tee, and that will be our test tee for the line to be tested for the city. So we're just going to continue to pull back, and as we pull back, we transition from, that is our 4 to 6 transition. And then we're just going to continue to pull back, and you can see there that a very large piece of the vitreous clay pipe is missing at the top, and we did locate that area, and that is right underneath the fence at the front of the property on the left hand side at 5 foot 6 inches deep. So we're just going to continue to pull back. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. You can see there that a little bit of root intrusion and an offset there. Nothing too major, but we're going to continue to pull back. As in that joint there too, a little bit of an offset. You can see the gap in between the joints. Nothing too major. So we're going to continue to pull back. Sorry. And that joint there too is pretty large gap in between the joint and offset at the top of the pipe. So we're going to continue to pull back. And as this one as well, you can see in this joint, pretty large offset there. We're going to continue to pull back. And right here in this joint and behind the joint, you can see that there is a piece of the pipe missing too. And we did locate this too, and it was about approximately 3 foot 5 inches deep on the left hand side, and the sewer line does run along the left hand side of the property if you're facing the house. So we're just going to continue to pull back. And the joint appears to be in maintainable condition, fair and maintainable condition. That joint there has a very large gap in between it and offset, you can see there. So we're just going to continue to pull back. That joint as well has a very large offset at the top of the pipe. A little bit of root intrusion in that joint. And it appears that this is our other clean out on the left hand side of the property, and it appears that they stubbed it up with black ABS, but it could be just tied in with the vitreous clay at the bottom. And then you can see that there is root intrusion in that joint, and it appears that we are transitioning back into black ABS, and that is our vitreous clay transition. So we're just going to continue to pull back. No, excuse me, sorry. We are still in vitreous clay now that I'm looking at it. And a little bit of root intrusion there. And as in that joint too, a very large offset and root intrusion as well. The joint has an offset. And then we pull back into our belly. And our belly is approximately 5 to 4 feet. And we pull out of our belly. And that is a very potential possibility that we could get a soft stoppage there, because the debris and stuff will build up and not flow through. So we're just going to continue to pull back, and you can see in that transition in the belly that we can't see, but we transition from vitreous clay back into black ABS, and it's very hard to tell because of the water. So we're going to make a little bit of a turn. You can see in that joint is in fair and maintainable condition. We're going to make a little bit of a turn, continue to pull back. And that joint seems to be in fair and maintainable condition. And we are going to pull, and that joint has a little bit of glue over pour, nothing major. And we're going to pull up and out of our clean out. Now we'll conclude our video sewer inspection.